Imagine a man looking at you with deep admiration, knowing that no one else could ever take your place in his life. What if you held the secret to becoming completely irreplaceable to him? Most people believe love alone is enough, but the truth is there are hidden factors that make a woman unforgettable in a man's heart and mind. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn will change how men see you forever. Men are naturally drawn to what they can't easily find. It's not just about looks or chemistry, it's about a presence, a mindset, and an energy that makes a woman stand out in a way no one else can. In this video, you will discover the exact qualities and behaviors that make a man feel like you are the one person he can never replace. These are not just theories, they are psychological triggers backed by real life examples and timeless principles. Most women unknowingly do things that make them easily replaceable. They give too much too soon. They seek validation instead of owning their worth. But here's the game changer. When you shift your approach and embody certain traits, a man won't just want you, he will need you in his life. Did you know that men don't fall in love the way women do? While women often connect through emotions, men become deeply attached through admiration and respect. When a woman understands this and aligns her actions accordingly, she steps into a position of undeniable power in a man's life. This is why some women, no matter what happens, remain unforgettable to the men they've been with, even years after the relationship has ended. Think of history's most iconic and desired women. Cleopatra, Marilyn Monroe, and countless others weren't just admired for their beauty. They possessed something much deeper: an essence, a mystery, an unshakable sense of self that made them irreplaceable. And today, you can learn how to cultivate this same energy in your own life. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of the subtle yet powerful shifts that make men see you differently. You will learn the key to making a man emotionally invested in you, how to build an irresistible aura that no other woman can replicate, the common mistakes that push men away without you even realizing it, and most importantly, how to position yourself as a high value woman who commands respect and devotion. Every second of this video is packed with insights that could transform your relationships. If you're tired of feeling like men lose interest too quickly or fail to appreciate your worth, then don't miss a single moment. The knowledge you gain today could be the reason a man sees you as his greatest treasure rather than just another option. Before we dive in, welcome to our channel, where we uncover life-changing truths to help you create the love and life you deserve. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a powerful lesson. Now, let's get started on this journey to becoming truly irreplaceable. Men may not always say it, but deep down they crave appreciation. It's one of the most powerful ways to make a man feel valued, respected, and emotionally connected to you. When a man feels appreciated, he sees you differently. He sees you as the one person who truly understands and acknowledges him. And in a world where men often feel pressure to be strong, independent, and constantly proving themselves, finding someone who genuinely recognizes their efforts is rare. That's why the woman who can make a man feel appreciated instantly becomes irreplaceable in his life. But here's where most women go wrong. They assume men don't need to hear words of appreciation as much as women do. They believe that men naturally know they are valued just because they are in a relationship. That couldn't be further from the truth. Just like anyone else, men have insecurities, doubts, and moments where they wonder if what they do is truly seen. And when a woman overlooks this, the connection weakens without her even realizing it. Have you ever noticed how some men go out of their way to impress certain women while remaining indifferent to others? It's not always about looks or attraction, it's about the feeling of being valued. A man who feels unappreciated will eventually start to withdraw, while a man who feels truly seen and acknowledged will invest more in the relationship. Appreciation isn't about grand gestures or over-the-top praise. It's about the small, meaningful acknowledgments that let him know his efforts mattered. Did he fix something for you? Did he offer support when you needed it? Did he go out of his way to make your day better? Instead of brushing it off or assuming he knows you're grateful, take a moment to tell him, "I really appreciate you doing that for me. It means a lot." These simple words have a lasting impact. But appreciation isn't just about what he does, it's also about who he is. Most people only focus on actions, but true appreciation goes deeper. When you acknowledge his qualities, his kindness, his intelligence, his ambition, you speak to his soul. When you're not just recognizing what he does for you, you're affirming the very essence of who he is. Imagine a man working hard to provide, to succeed, to be his best self. The world constantly judges him, demands more from him, and rarely pauses to say, "You are enough." Now picture you being the one person who does. The one who tells him, "I admire your dedication. I respect how you handle things. You inspire me." That is what makes a woman unforgettable. Men don't just fall for beauty, they fall for the way a woman makes them feel about themselves. A woman who makes a man feel inadequate will always be replaceable. A woman who makes a man feel seen, valued, and respected becomes a presence he never wants to lose. But here's something most women don't realize. Men often test women to see if they will appreciate them. If a man does something small, like carrying something for you, opening a door, or offering a suggestion, and you dismiss it or take it for granted, he takes note. Over time, if he consistently feels unappreciated, he pulls back, often without saying a word. Many women believe men lose interest randomly, but in reality, it's a slow process of feeling unseen and unvalued. And on the other hand, a woman who expresses genuine appreciation, even for the smallest things, creates a powerful emotional bond. Men remember the woman who made them feel good about themselves. They remember the woman who acknowledged their efforts without being asked. And that woman becomes someone they cherish, someone they prioritize, someone they see as irreplaceable. But let's be clear, appreciation is not about flattery. Men can sense the difference between forced compliments and genuine recognition. If you overdo it or sound insincere, it loses its power. The key is to be real. If he does something kind, say, "That really means a lot to me." If he works hard toward a goal, tell him, "I admire your determination." If he shows a side of himself that he doesn't reveal to others, acknowledge it. Let him know that who he is matters just as much as what he does. Another mistake many women make is only showing appreciation when they want something. Men notice when words of gratitude are transactional. If appreciation only comes when there's a favor involved, it doesn't feel genuine. It feels manipulative. Real appreciation is consistent. It's a part of how you treat him every day, not just when it benefits you. The beauty of appreciation is that it creates a cycle. When a man feels valued, he naturally wants to do more. He feels inspired to invest more into the relationship, to be better, to give more of himself. Appreciation doesn't just make a man feel good, it strengthens the connection and deepens his attachment. Think about it. How do you feel when someone genuinely acknowledges your worth? It makes you want to keep that person close. It makes you feel safe, seen, and connected. The same applies to men. And the woman who understands this holds the key to something most people overlook, the ability to make a man feel truly irreplaceable in her life, which in turn makes her irreplaceable in his. Communication is the foundation of any strong relationship, yet it's often where most connections start to break down. Many women believe that love alone is enough to sustain a relationship, but without open and honest communication, even the strongest bond can slowly fade. A man may be deeply attracted to you, but if he doesn't feel like he can truly talk to you without judgment, without pressure, he will start to pull away. Men and women communicate differently. While women often express their feelings openly, men tend to keep things inside, sometimes struggling to put emotions into words. This is why a woman who creates a safe space for open dialogue becomes irreplaceable in a man's life. She is not just someone he loves, she is someone he trusts. And trust is what keeps a man emotionally invested in a relationship. But here's where many women unknowingly make mistakes. They focus on talking but forget about listening. True communication isn't just about expressing your thoughts, it's about understanding his. When a man feels heard, when he feels like his words matter, he begins to open up in ways he never has before. He feels safe to share his fears, his struggles, and his dreams. And when a man lets you into that part of his world, it means you hold a special place in his heart. Have you ever noticed that some men will talk to one woman about deep personal things, but keep conversations with another woman surface level? It's not about how long they've known each other, it's about how safe he feels to open up. When a man feels judged, criticized, or misunderstood, he shuts down. But when he feels truly heard, he begins to trust in a way that makes him see that woman as different from the rest. Active listening is one of the most powerful tools in building this kind of trust. But listening isn't just about hearing his words, it's about understanding what he means beyond the words. When he talks, don't interrupt. Don't rush to give advice unless he asks for it. Sometimes men just need to express their thoughts without feeling like they have to explain themselves. A simple, I understand, or that makes sense can make him feel more comfortable opening up even further. But communication isn't just about words, it's also about presence. When he speaks, are you truly engaged or are you distracted? Are you looking at your phone, waiting for your turn to speak, or forming a response in your head before he even finishes? Men can sense when someone is half listening, and nothing makes them shut down faster than feeling like their words don't matter. And then there's transparency. Honesty isn't just about avoiding lies. It's about being clear in your emotions, expectations, and intentions. Many women hold back their true thoughts out of fear of being too much, too emotional, or too demanding. But men appreciate directness far more than guessing games. If something is bothering you, express it calmly and clearly. If you need something from him, say it instead of expecting him to figure it out on his own. But honesty goes both ways. If you want a man to be open with you, you have to show him that it's safe to do so. That means not overreacting when he shares something difficult. It means not using his vulnerabilities against him later. If he tells you something personal, don't dismiss it or laugh it off. How you respond in those moments determines whether he will continue to open up or start keeping things to himself. There's also the issue of emotional control. Many times, communication breaks down because emotions take over. If a conversation turns into an argument, the focus shifts from understanding each other to winning. But in a strong relationship, winning doesn't matter. Connection does. When emotions run high, take a step back and ask yourself, am I trying to understand or am I just trying to prove a point? That simple shift in mindset can change everything. Men appreciate women who can have mature, open conversations without turning every issue into a battle. They respect women who can handle discussions with calmness and clarity. A woman who can communicate in a way that strengthens the relationship rather than weakens it is a woman a man never wants to lose. And let's not forget the power of asking the right questions. Instead of assuming, ask him what he thinks, how he feels, what he needs. Simple questions like, how was your day? Or what's been on your mind lately? Show that you genuinely care. And when he answers, don't just respond with, oh, okay. Ask follow up questions, show interest, and make him feel like his world matters to you. The more openly you communicate, the deeper your connection becomes. The more you listen without judgment, the more he will trust you. And the more you express your thoughts honestly and clearly, the more respect and understanding will flow between you. When a man knows he can talk to you about anything, when he feels safe sharing his emotions, when he trusts that you won't judge or misunderstand him, he won't just see you as his partner. He will see you as irreplaceable. Every man has dreams, goals, and a vision for his future. Some are bold and ambitious, while others are quiet and personal. But one thing remains true. When a man has a woman who genuinely supports his growth, he feels unstoppable. It's not just about saying, I believe in you. It's about showing him through your actions that you truly stand by his side. Many people underestimate the power of encouragement. A simple word of support at the right moment can be the difference between him pushing forward or giving up. The world is filled with challenges, and even the most confident man faces moments of doubt. But when he has someone who sees his potential, reminds him of his strengths, and encourages him to keep going, he develops a deep emotional connection with her. He sees her as more than just a partner. He sees her as the person who helps him become the best version of himself. But here's the truth: support isn't about controlling his path or making decisions for him. It's about walking beside him, cheering him on, and trusting him to make the right choices. Some women make the mistake of pushing too hard, thinking they're being helpful, but it only makes a man feel pressured. Real support comes from a place of trust and belief, not from trying to shape him into what you think he should be. There are times when a man may doubt himself. He might question his abilities, his progress, or even his purpose. In these moments, your belief in him can make all the difference. When you remind him of his strengths, when you encourage him to keep going despite setbacks, he starts to see himself through your eyes. And if you see him as capable, strong, and destined for success, he begins to believe it too. But support goes beyond words. It's in the little things, celebrating his victories no matter how small. When he achieves something, whether it's a promotion, a fitness goal, or even just overcoming a tough day, acknowledge it. Tell him you're proud of him. Show excitement for his success. Many men are taught to downplay their accomplishments, but when a woman truly sees and appreciates his efforts, it fuels him to strive for even greater things. At the same time, supporting his growth means understanding that his journey won't always be smooth. There will be failures, there will be moments of frustration, and in those moments, he doesn't need criticism, he needs reassurance. He needs to know that failure doesn't make him less in your eyes, that even when things don't go as planned, you still believe in him. That kind of support gives him the strength to get back up and try again. It's also important to recognize that growth is personal. Sometimes his goals might not make sense to you. Sometimes he might take a path that you wouldn't choose. But real support means respecting his dreams, even when they look different from yours. It means trusting that he knows what's best for him and being there for him, no matter what direction he takes. And let's not forget the power of inspiring him. The best support isn't just about encouraging him, it's about growing alongside him. When he sees you chasing your own goals, improving yourself, and striving for more, it motivates him to do the same. A relationship where both partners push each other to be better is one that never grows stale. Men remember the women who stood by them when they were building, struggling, and finding their way. The woman who believed in them before the world did. The woman who saw their greatness even when they couldn't see it themselves. That kind of presence is unforgettable. When you support his personal growth, you aren't just helping him succeed, you're deepening your bond in a way that lasts. Because a man never forgets the woman who helped him become the best version of himself. A deep emotional connection is what truly makes a relationship unbreakable. When a man feels emotionally bonded to you, he sees you as irreplaceable. It's not just about attraction or shared interests. It's about something deeper, something that makes him feel safe, understood, and truly connected. Creating this bond isn't about grand gestures. It's about the small, meaningful moments you share together. The late night conversations where you both open up, the inside jokes only the two of you understand, the quiet times when words aren't needed but the connection is felt. These are the moments that build a foundation stronger than anything else. One of the most powerful ways to foster emotional connection is through shared experiences. When you go through things together, whether it's traveling to a new place, working on a project, or simply cooking a meal, you create memories that tie you closer. These moments become part of your shared story, something only the two of you truly understand. Over time, they build a bond that no one else can replace. But emotional connection isn't just about spending time together. It's about truly seeing each other. A man feels closest to the woman who understands him on a deep level. The woman who notices the small things about him, the way his mood changes when he's stressed, the way he lights up when he talks about his passions, the things that bring him joy or frustration. When he feels understood, he feels at home with you. Listening is a huge part of this, not just hearing his words, but really paying attention to what he's saying and what he's not saying. When he talks about his dreams, his fears, or even his daily struggles, be present. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Listen with the intention of understanding him. When he realizes that you truly care about what's going on inside his mind and heart, he will feel more connected to you than ever before. Physical affection also plays a role in emotional bonding. It's not always about passion. Sometimes It's about comfort. A simple touch on the shoulder, holding hands, or resting your head on his chest creates a sense of security. It reassures him that you're there, that you care, and that he has a place where he belongs. Vulnerability is another key element. Many men are taught to be strong, to hide their emotions, to always appear in control. But when he feels safe enough to be vulnerable with you, to share his true feelings, his fears, his past, you become someone irreplaceable to him. Because vulnerability requires trust, and if he trusts you with his deepest emotions, he sees you as someone truly special. At the same time, it's important to be vulnerable yourself. Let him see the real you, the side you don't show to everyone. Share your thoughts, your dreams, and even your fears. When you open up, you invite him to do the same. This creates a space where emotional connection can grow naturally. Shared laughter is another powerful way to deepen your bond. When you laugh together, you create joy in the relationship. Laughter brings lightness, even during difficult times. It reminds him that being with you feels good, that life is more enjoyable when you're around. Over time, these moments of joy become the glue that holds the relationship together. Another way to strengthen your emotional bond is through reassurance. Men, just like women, have insecurities. Sometimes he may question if he's enough, if he's doing a good job as a partner, if he's appreciated, if he's truly loved. A simple word of reassurance can make all the difference. Telling him that you see his efforts, that you appreciate him, that you love him not just for what he does, but for who he is. This creates a deep emotional security that makes your connection unshakable. Every strong relationship is built on emotional intimacy. It's what keeps two people connected beyond the initial excitement, beyond the ups and downs of life. When a man feels emotionally bonded to you, he doesn't just love you, he needs you. He sees you as a part of him, someone he can't imagine his life without. That's the kind of connection that makes you truly irreplaceable. There is nothing more magnetic than a woman who is completely and unapologetically herself. When you embrace your authentic self, you radiate a confidence that cannot be faked. It's not about trying to fit into a mold, changing who you are to please someone, or pretending to be something you're not. It's about fully accepting yourself, your strengths, your quirks, and even your flaws. That authenticity is what makes you truly unforgettable. Men are naturally drawn to women who are secure in their identity. When you carry yourself with confidence, without seeking approval or validation, you send a powerful message. You know your worth. And a woman who knows her worth sets the standard for how she should be treated. She doesn't settle for less. She doesn't compromise her values. Instead, she attracts people who respect and admire her for who she truly is. Being authentic also means being honest about your feelings, opinions, and desires. Many women fall into the trap of agreeing with everything a man says or pretending to enjoy things they don't just to be liked. But the truth is, men respect a woman who has her own mind. When you express your thoughts openly and stand by your beliefs, you create an air of mystery and intrigue. You become someone worth getting to know on a deeper level. Confidence and authenticity go hand in hand. When you embrace who you are, you naturally exude confidence. It's not about arrogance or trying to prove anything to anyone. It's about walking into a room with a quiet self-assurance, knowing that you don't need to compete with anyone. You are enough exactly as you are. That kind of energy is irresistible. Think about the most captivating women in history. Icons of beauty, power, and influence. They weren't necessarily the most traditionally beautiful, nor were they perfect. What made them stand out was their ability to own who they were. They didn't shrink themselves to fit into someone else's idea of perfection. They stood tall in their uniqueness, and that's what made them unforgettable. Men find authenticity attractive because it brings a sense of realness into the relationship. When a woman is true to herself, there's no need for mind games or pretense. He doesn't have to guess what she's thinking or worry about hidden motives. There's a refreshing honesty in being with someone who is exactly who she claims to be. It creates trust, and trust is the foundation of any deep connection. When you embrace your true self, you also encourage him to do the same. A relationship where both partners feel safe being themselves is rare and valuable. Many men carry their own insecurities and fears, When they see a woman who is confident and unapologetic about who she is, it gives them permission to do the same. This deepens the bond and makes the relationship stronger. Authenticity also means embracing imperfections. No one is perfect, and trying to be will only create stress and anxiety. Instead of hiding your flaws, own them. They are what make you human, and often they are what make you most attractive. A woman who can laugh at her mistakes, who isn't afraid to show vulnerability, is someone who feels real and relatable. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you need to change to be more desirable. The truth is, the more you try to be someone you're not, the more you lose the unique essence that makes you special. Instead of following trends or trying to fit into societal expectations, focus on what makes you happy. When you do things you genuinely love, when you speak with passion, when you follow your own path, that's when you shine the brightest. Embracing your authentic self also means setting boundaries. It means knowing what you will and won't accept in a relationship. When you have a strong sense of self, you don't tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or anything that makes you feel less than you deserve. This isn't about being difficult or demanding. It's about valuing yourself enough to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. True beauty comes from within. No amount of makeup, designer clothes, or social media filters can replace the glow of a woman who is truly at peace with herself. That kind of confidence is felt in the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, and the way you interact with others. It leaves a lasting impression. The moment you stop trying to be liked by everyone and start focusing on simply being yourself, you'll notice a shift. You'll attract people who genuinely appreciate you, who admire you for who you are rather than who you pretend to be. And when a man sees that you are irreplaceable, not because you fit a certain image, but because you are uniquely you, he will cherish and respect you in a way that no one else can. Romance is the heartbeat of a lasting relationship. It's what keeps the spark alive, the excitement fresh, and the connection deep. When the early honeymoon phase fades, many couples settle into routine. And while stability is beautiful, it should never come at the cost of passion. Keeping the romance alive means making a conscious effort to show love, appreciation, and excitement for each other. It's about never taking the relationship for granted and always finding new ways to make your partner feel special. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to maintain romance is through thoughtful gestures. Small surprises can have a huge impact. A handwritten note left in his bag, an unexpected text in the middle of the day just to say you're thinking of him, or a small gift that reminds you of an inside joke. These little things create moments of joy that deepen your bond. Romance isn't always about grand gestures. It's about making your partner feel valued and cherished in everyday life. Planning surprise dates is another way to keep the excitement alive. Spontaneity adds an element of mystery and fun. Instead of always sticking to the usual routine, mix things up. Surprise him with a picnic at the park, a night drive to a scenic spot, or a home-cooked candlelit dinner. The effort you put into creating special moments shows that you still care, that you still want to make memories together, and that you still see him as someone worth impressing. Passion thrives on effort. It's easy to be romantic in the beginning when everything feels new, but real love is about choosing to keep that fire burning. The effort doesn't have to be one-sided either. When you take the initiative to bring romance into the relationship, it often inspires him to do the same. When he sees that you care about keeping things exciting, he will naturally want to reciprocate. Physical affection is another key ingredient in keeping the romance alive. Simple touches, a hug from behind, holding hands, a soft kiss on the forehead. These small acts of intimacy build a deeper emotional connection. Sometimes the comfort of a long-term relationship leads to a decrease in physical affection, but touch is a powerful love language. It reassures, it excites, and it strengthens the emotional bond between partners. Keeping the romance alive also means continuously discovering new things together. Relationships can sometimes become predictable, which can make them feel stagnant. Trying new activities together, whether it's learning a dance, taking a weekend trip, or even just watching a new type of movie, keeps the relationship fresh. New experiences create shared memories, and shared memories create deeper connections. The way you communicate also plays a major role in maintaining passion. Flirting doesn't have to stop once you're in a committed relationship. Playfulness, teasing, and giving genuine compliments keep things light and fun. A little bit of mystery also helps. Giving him space to miss you, keeping a sense of independence, and bringing excitement into conversations keep the dynamic intriguing. Thoughtfulness is one of the most underrated aspects of romance. Paying attention to the little details, like remembering his favorite snack, knowing what cheers him up after a long day, or supporting his passions, makes a big difference. When he feels understood and appreciated, he will naturally feel closer to you. Romance is not just about special occasions, it's about making your partner feel loved in everyday moments. Even when life gets busy, prioritizing romantic moments is essential. Work, responsibilities, and stress can sometimes push romance to the background, but it should never be forgotten. Even if it's just a few minutes in the morning to connect, a special date night once a month, or a heartfelt message when you're apart, these small efforts keep the relationship vibrant. A key part of romance is emotional intimacy. Deep conversations, sharing your dreams, and opening up about your fears bring a level of closeness that goes beyond physical attraction. When you create a space where he feels safe to be himself, where he knows he can be vulnerable without judgment, the relationship becomes unbreakable. It's also important to keep a sense of excitement in the relationship. Routine can sometimes dull passion, but adding a bit of unpredictability brings it back to life. Planning a spontaneous road trip, cooking a new meal together, or even dressing up just because, these are ways to infuse new energy into the relationship. Laughter is another powerful tool in keeping romance alive. A couple that laughs together stays together. Finding joy in the little things, not taking life too seriously, and sharing lighthearted moments create a deep emotional connection. When you can be playful with each other, it adds a sense of ease and happiness to the relationship. And at the core of romance is the feeling of being wanted and cherished. Making an effort to look good for each other, keeping the passion alive, and showing appreciation all contribute to this. A romantic relationship should never feel like an obligation. It should feel like a privilege, something worth nurturing every single day. The secret to keeping the romance alive isn't in extravagant gestures or expensive gifts. It's in the small, consistent actions that show love, appreciation, and effort. It's in never becoming complacent, never allowing the relationship to fade into routine, and always finding new ways to make each other feel special. When you nurture romance, you create a love that remains exciting, deep, and unforgettable. Every great relationship thrives on effort, connection, and mutual appreciation. By showing genuine gratitude, maintaining open communication, supporting his personal growth, fostering emotional intimacy, embracing your true self, and keeping the romance alive, you create a bond that is unbreakable. These actions don't just make you special in his eyes, they make you irreplaceable. Remember, love isn't about grand gestures alone. It's about the little things done consistently. When you implement these strategies, you'll not only strengthen your relationship, but also create a deeper, more meaningful connection that stands the test of time. If you found value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more insights on love, relationships, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.